We've also heard from Muskogee County Coroner Buddy Bryan that he's still trying to notify the family. We can tell you that the victim was an employee right here at the Columbus Pawn Shop over on Fort Benning Road. We can also tell you, I just found this out, that the only way for the suspects to be allowed in was by hitting this button on the door, which is exactly what happened. If you're curious to know what it's like to go across this bridge, we're going to go through it right now. Ken says he makes this trip about 3 to 4 times a week, and he's always unsure whether or not he's going to get across safely. And right now, fire crews are working over here, as you can see, to pinch off the gas line to stop the gas from leaking inside the building. Phil Ayana Hughley, the girlfriend you just mentioned, said she was standing next to Mitchell when he was shot. 25-year-old Markale Hart is accused of killing Mitchell, who was a redshirt freshman at Auburn during the time that he was killed. The girlfriend, Hughley, said Mitchell was visibly angry the night of the shooting and argued with a man named Tyrone Rowe. Hughley says Rowe was standing with a gun in his hand when Hart shot her boyfriend. In November 2015, Hart pled not guilty by self-defense. He said Mitchell shot first, but Hughley says it was Hart who actually pulled the trigger first. During the defense's cross-examination, Hughley says that there were 3 men with guns in their hand. One was Hart, the second was Rowe, and the third is a man she still doesn't know. But on the night that she gave her statement to detectives, she said there was only 1 man with a gun in his hand. Live on your side in Lee County, Justin Holbrook, WRBL News 3. Day 2 has been zipping by, literally, for Miss Georgia, and the contestants are having a heck of a time out in Columbus and on the Chattahoochee River. Columbus police have not yet given an interview, but I did speak with Major Gil Sluchek just a little while ago. He told me 1 man walked out of the apartment complex right here behind me off 32nd Street and 4th Avenue. Now, he told me they were searching for a suspect on this side of 4th Avenue after the other side of 4th Avenue left 1 man dead in a shooting, and that's 33-year-old Tamir Harris. Major Sluchek told me the man was put in custody before the SWAT team and bomb squad arrived. Phil Teresa, Acavius Powell, and Darian Waller, the 2 men convicted of felony murder, were both sentenced to life in prison. However, Waller's sentence was much more severe. He got life without parole, while Powell got life with parole. Meanwhile, the 3rd defendant, Jaquan Clark, got 20 years for armed robbery. It's a scary moment when a massive tree like this one, which is now taken care of, comes barreling towards your house. Everyone inside is safe, but now the cleanup process starts without causing more damage is hard. Now, it's difficult to know who to hire, but it's not impossible if you take the right steps. Governor Ivy joked, saying that one of the best parts of her job is getting to cut ribbons because it means more jobs are coming to the area, and that's exactly what she wants. She said there are still more than 9,000 people looking for a job, and her goal is to get each of those people into the job that they want and are qualified for. As you approach exit 79, leaving Georgia, heading into Alabama, there are 2 options, a right toward Lynette and a left toward Valley. But on Friday, 2 players, 1 from each city, found somewhere to meet in the middle.
I saw how upset he was, and I just knew that I needed to go up to him and give him a hug and say he's still the best player around here.
For him to come in and try to keep me up and to let me know to keep my head up, that did a lot for me.
Daniels Valley Rams had just shocked Christian's Lynette Panthers, who won a state title last year. The schools are bitter rivals, but the 2 players have been friends since kindergarten.
It was the first day of school, and our parents knew each other, so our relationship has just grown since kindergarten.
But don't let the hug fool you.
A lot of competition also, like from wrestling in the pool to
Kickball back in kindergarten, we've always tried to keep more home runs than each other.
All-star baseball, having a competition throughout the week, practicing to see who can hit the most home runs.
And now we're just fighting each other in high school football.
It's always been a competition between us.
3 years ago, Christian's dad Clifford took the head coaching job at Lynette, putting a bridge between their friendship.
We talk all the time still. It's not that hard for me, but you'd think it would be because we're rivals and all that kind of stuff. But no matter where you go or anything, you still have friends. No matter what you're doing, rivals, it don't matter.
With a true best friend, like, you don't have to talk to him every day for him to know you're still there. So I think he's more than the best friend to me. He's been like my brother since we was young. So it's God and family before anything else. So, and he's like family to me. So it comes before football.
The bond that they have, it'll be lifetime. You know, when they get their families and get married and they have children, they'll still come and visit each other and see each other. And to be honest with you, after that game was over, when I saw that, you know, my mind went immediately to this is what it's all about.
Legendary NFL coach Vince Lombardi once asked, if winning isn't everything, then why do they keep score? Well, coach, these 2 friends might just be the answer. Reporting on your side, Justin Holbrook, News 3 Sports.
Barber County 911, where's your emergency?
I know people don't like to hear it, but God had his hand in this. This was divine intervention.
A vacation to Santa Rosa Beach, Florida for 5 women took a strange and fateful detour when Terry Sandifer went to Facebook hours after seeing 2 kids in the lobby.
As soon as I saw the pictures, I was like, these 2 little girls were down in the lobby earlier.
The first story on her feed was from a CBS affiliate in Macon. It showed an Amber Alert for 4 missing children taken by their mother in Bradenton, Florida. After talking to her 3 sisters and cousin, Terry decided to call Eufaula police.
I swear this woman and 2 of the kids, or 3 of the kids, were down in the lobby when I checked in at 7:30 this evening.
Terry told me something just didn't seem right, and she wasn't the only one who noticed.
Well, their mom was never with them the whole time they kept coming down here. I don't know, it just struck me odd.
Jaslyn and Terry had the right hunch because the mother, Jemiah Gadian, was wanted for aggravated assault in Manatee County, Florida, leading officers to believe the kids were in danger. Well, it was right here in this parking spot at the Eufaula Hampton Inn where Terry saw the same car that was listed in the Amber Alert with the same tag, and that's when she made a call to police.
I can't emphasize enough how much we appreciate what she did.
Eufaula Police Chief Steve Watkins told me this was the first time an Amber Alert has ever ended in the city.
Yeah, it makes us feel good that for one moment, maybe we made a difference in these 4 children's lives.
The children are now in Eufaula foster care waiting to go back home, all thanks to the actions of one Good Samaritan from Perry, Georgia.
I'm just glad the kids were found and are safe. The White Knuckle Warriors will ride on to Santa Rosa Beach and finish our trip.
Many folks are heading for safety as the threat of Irma grows larger for Florida.
It's just a whole different feeling.
Scary.
This is serious. This is coming and it's going to happen.
They tell you to evacuate, evacuate.
For those leaving their homes, the worst part is not knowing what impact Irma will have. Michael McCoy, who lives in Stuart, Florida, knew leaving home was the right choice.
You can replace TVs and couches and houses, you know, jobs if you have to, but you can't replace family, you can't replace people. So that's why we decided, you know what, it's best to just stick together, get out of Florida.
He and couples like Mike and Barbara McMahon left while some friends stayed behind.
We tried to get them to go with us. We tried to get them to leave with us.
They have room in their RV, which is where they're staying. Barbara packed up some valuables, including pictures, put them in a bin, and left their home of Port Charlotte behind. Leaving is only part of the challenge. The other is finding a way to navigate through traffic and find places to get gas.
All the way up 75, the gas lines were just jammed, and all the pumps had covers on the handles, so they were out of fuel.
Robert and Kathy live on Merritt Island, which is under a mandatory evacuation. They've left Florida because of hurricanes before, but said this feels different for Matthew and even Andrew.
We took what we thought was valuable. We put it in the back of a car, and I looked at the rest of it and said, I may never see it again, and that's okay.
Now they leave hand in hand, not knowing what kind of home they'll return to. On your side, Justin Holbrook, WRBL News 3.